Courtney Love, born Courtney Michelle Harrison on July 9, 1964, in San Francisco, California, is a figure whose name has been etched in rock history. Known for her fiery personality, tumultuous relationships, and unfiltered presence both on and off the stage, Love rose to fame as the lead vocalist and guitarist of the alternative rock band Hole. With her raw, unapologetic style, Courtney Love became a symbol of rebellion in the 1990s grunge movement, making a lasting impact on both the music industry and popular culture. Love's early years were marked by instability, which would influence much of her later work. Raised in a series of foster homes and dealing with her family's complexities, Courtney's upbringing was far from conventional. Despite the challenges, she showed an early interest in the arts. She moved to Portland, Oregon, at the age of 16, where she would eventually immerse herself in the alternative music scene. Her exposure to the underground music world sparked her desire to pursue a career in music, leading to a short stint in theater and a brief stay in England. In the late 1980s, Courtney Love began to make a name for herself in the Seattle music scene, a city that was already home to the burgeoning grunge movement. She formed the band Hole in 1989, initially playing with various musicians before settling with a lineup that would bring her notoriety. Hole's debut album, Pretty on the Inside, released in 1991, was a fierce, noisy, and rebellious statement that set Love apart from the typical female rock frontperson of the era. The album was a raw exploration of punk and alternative rock, filled with angst, distorted guitar riffs, and lyrics that reflected Love's inner turmoil and defiance. But it was Hole's second album, Live Through This, 1994, that solidified Courtney Love's place in music history. Released just days after the tragic death of her husband, Nirvana's Kurt Cobain, the album became a defining moment for Love. Tracks like Doll Parts and Violet became anthems of the era, showcasing Love's ability to blend vulnerability with fierce energy. The album was both a critical and commercial success, with Love's unapologetic lyrics resonating deeply with listeners. Despite the media's obsession with her personal life, Love's musical talent couldn't be denied. Her powerful, raspy vocals and confessional lyrics set her apart from her contemporaries in the alternative rock scene. The years following the release of Live Through This were marked by both career highs and personal struggles. Courtney Love's public persona often overshadowed her music, with her tumultuous marriage to Kurt Cobain, her battles with substance abuse, and her reputation for being one of rock's most controversial figures dominating headlines. Despite this, Love continued to create music and take bold artistic risks. Hole's third album, Celebrity Skin, 1998, was a more polished, mainstream effort, but it still retained the raw energy and attitude that had made Love famous. The album's title track, Celebrity Skin, became a massive hit and further cemented Love's place in rock history. While Courtney Love's music career flourished, her personal life remained a constant source of media attention. The tragic death of Kurt Cobain in 1994 placed Love in the spotlight in ways she never anticipated. Her marriage to Cobain, who was the lead singer of Nirvana and a central figure in the grunge movement, was one of the most scrutinized relationships in rock history. Love became an enigmatic figure, both a grieving widow and a powerful rock star, and the media's obsession with her never waned. She became a target of tabloid culture, often portrayed as the archetype of the misunderstood, troubled rock star. In addition to her music career, Courtney Love has ventured into acting, appearing in films such as The People vs. Larry Flynt, 1996, which earned her a Golden Globe nomination. Her acting career further demonstrated her range and ability to captivate audiences, even beyond the music scene. However, her personal life continued to make headlines, and Love's struggles with addiction and legal issues were often at the forefront of the media's portrayal of her. Despite the controversies that have defined much of her career, Courtney Love's influence on the music industry cannot be overstated. She broke down barriers for women in rock, blending femininity with raw power and emotional honesty. Her contributions to alternative rock and grunge have made her an icon for generations of fans, and her ability to channel personal pain and turmoil into art has given her a lasting legacy in the rock genre. Courtney Love's journey as an artist and public figure is a complex one. From her early days in the Seattle music scene to her rise as one of the most controversial and influential rock stars of the 90s, Love's legacy is one of defiance, vulnerability, and raw power. Whether through her music, her acting, or her larger-than-life persona, Courtney Love has remained an undeniable force in the world of rock music.